Swinney.
All right, man, what a great win. First of all, I mean, I've been at Clemson. It's my 20th season, so I've been in 19 of these Clemson Florida State games. So, don't like how we finished defensively. That was obviously a mess, but I have a great appreciation for winning, especially against this group. I've been down here when there's been not a lot of hope on on our sideline, where it's about 700 on the scoreboard. So just thankful for the win. A lot of good things in the game, and obviously for us, it was to win 7 in a row against these guys, and that's our 4th road conference game. I mean, a lot of people hadn't even played 4 conference games. We've played 4 road games in this league, and so to be undefeated, to be 7-0, I mean, that was the objective, and a lot of good things for sure, but we've got a lot we can clean up. But man, good teams win different ways. It's never the same pitch, because usually if it is the same pitch, you usually get beat. But good teams find ways to win different ways, and I thought tonight it was special teams and offense. And I thought our defense played great in the second half until we just lost our mind there in the fourth quarter, which was disappointing. And I tell you what, I told Mike after the game, I think, they had a lot of people that left. There were a lot of empty seats, where people gave up. But them kids on that sideline didn't give up. Them kids fought their butt off. They competed, and I think that is a compliment to Coach and his staff and what they're doing here at Florida State. And those guys have competed every snap all year, and that is a sign of a good culture. It's a sign of kids buying in, because you're down 20 in the fourth quarter. You could have easily hit the sideline, but those kids never quit. And that's not easy. I've been on the other side of that, and I think that is a real sign of what Mike has done, and again his staff, and just the character of their kids. So I think they deserve a lot of credit for getting back in the game the way they did. And, obviously for us defensively, again, just disappointing with how we finished. But what we did do defensively is we had the turnover. We got the points there. We had 2 sacks by 98 and a forced fumble. That was huge. Points off the turnovers was big. Trotter, I think, had a career high in tackles, so there were some good things, and really had control, but just kind of really sloppy down the end there. We had 3 stops on downs and a goal line stand, so we had some real critical stops when we needed them. I'm sure for them, they're looking at those like, man, we got to convert right there, and we got a different ball game. So we did do some good things, but the story of this game was special teams and offense. Man, 2 for 2 on field goal. Potter becomes the kicking scoring leader ever at Clemson. Really proud of him. Aiden Swanson was 45.8, his best game, and an awesome job pinning them deep. And then dadgum if we don't let them go right down the field from the 6-yard line. But man, I thought he did a great job. We got the onside. They tried to fake a punt on us. We stopped the fake. And then the kickoff return for 70 yards was well blocked and had it up. That was the difference in the game. We scored in 2 plays. We always say return team is the first play of offense. And so the first play was a 70-yard play, and the second play was a touchdown to 84. And so how we finished the first half and how we started the first half was really, really good. I think we scored, had 17-0 in the kind of the middle 8 there, if you will. So that was another good night for us. But really proud of our special teams and the job they did, and then offensively, very efficient. We didn't get. I mean, they had 10 more first downs than we did. They outrushed us, outpassed us, but we were explosive and efficient. The first half we had 5 possessions and scored on 4, and then we come right out in the second half. Boom, we pick up, but then we just had some, and we extend it and we get up, 20 points there, and just didn't put it away when we had the opportunity to defensively and let them back in the game. But did a lot of good things, man. I thought DJ managed the game very well. He took care of the ball, 15 of 23, 3 touchdowns, 3 games in a row, 3 touchdowns or more. Another good rushing touchdown. Great play by Zero on the touchdown. Brenny touchdown, 84 touchdown. So did a lot of good things. This was a game that we knew Shipley was going to have to be a huge factor in this game, and he was. 230-something yards all-purpose, 20 carries for 120. I mean, he was very efficient. Maffa as well had some nice moments for us. So, again, offense and special teams did a great job. Defense got some stops to help us extend the lead. Just don't like how we finished, down the stretch there. But name of the game is to win it, and I have a great appreciation for how hard it is to win, especially us sitting there last year at 4-3 and everybody written us off, and we're done, and we all that stuff, and now we've won 13 in a row. It's not easy, and these kids deserve all the credit. I don't care how we win. I have a great appreciation for winning, and we celebrate the win, and we'll get back to work tomorrow and see if we can get better. We've got another huge opportunity next week. This will be a great matchup in the Valley. I think it's the first time ever, Tim said, that we've had two undefeated six-plus win teams facing off in the Valley. That's kind of crazy to think about that. So it'll be a great opportunity for us. And, again, just trying to get control of the division. But, big win for us tonight.
Coach, after the 65-yard kick return by Shipley to start the second half, you were right for the jugular with the reverse flea flicker. Did you draw up that play, and did you go into the game knowing you wanted to run that at some point, or was it just the right situation for it?
Yeah, it's just one we've had in our, everybody's got specials, in their inventory, and we've had that, for really most of the season. Just haven't had the right opportunity yet, and it's got to be the right situation, right hash, right timing, all those type of things, and it was ready. We were ready for it. It was perfect. And we talked about it at halftime. If we did get in the situation, felt like it could hit, and it was a great play, well executed, and again, just a great start. Set the tone, for that whole quarter.
Dabo, you mentioned the production from Maffa and Shipley on the running the ball. What about the production, those guys in the passing game tonight? It seemed like they'd be targeted quite a bit. They did quite a bit of work out there in the flats.
Yeah, we did a lot of things. I thought too, one of the, if you really watched the game closely, you saw us on the perimeter a lot. We felt like that we could, we wanted to make them run, get them moving. So we were going to have to block well on the perimeter tonight. And I think the tape is going to show me that we did. I know we had one bad hold, critical hold on Adam, where we had the first down. They called a holding, and I think we had to settle for a field goal on that one, if I remember correctly. But we blocked well on the perimeter, and we got some. Those are tall sweeps, and we just felt like we could make them run, distort them a little bit, and then loosen them up to where we could maybe get some things on the inside, and we did. But guys made plays in the passing game, and just enough to keep them honest. And then again, the perimeter game I thought was the key for us tonight. Had the option there on the big third down was very well executed by DJ. He didn't pitch it too quick. He did a nice job of making them have to make a decision, and then good pitch to Ship, and he went and got it. So hats off to our OL. They did a really nice job tonight, for sure.
What did you see defensively when Florida State in the fourth quarter was coming back to some degree and scoring? Was it just lost of focus?
Busted assignment, lost focus, busted assignments, not tackling, missed tackles. They cut us in half a few times, on the stretch, and screen game, passive on the screen game, busted on a screen and go. Just some dumb stuff. Penalties, a little bit of everything there. Just kind of lost our focus. I thought it was, again, kind of play into the scoreboard, if you will.
Coach, your three toughest games this season, Wake, NC State, and tonight, didn't have a single turnover. How important is that in a game like this?
It's huge. I didn't think we'd win the game if we didn't outrush them, but we did. And that's probably because we won the turnover margin, and we won special teams. That's the key. We won the special teams. We were more efficient offensively, and we got the big turnover. and that was the difference in the game. You know, again, we had some critical conversions that we got. They had those critical conversions they didn't get. Again, I think 3 stops on downs and then the goal line stand and the fake punt. Those are huge plays in the game.
Would you see on the onside kick recovery down the end with 2 minutes left?
Just good execution. You know, this is the way well executed, the way we coach it. You know, the way we coach our frontline guys, and you know, we work that every week. In fact, that's a huge part of our Thursday practice every week. We spend 5 minutes on just onside kicks every Thursday. It's just routine. Been doing that for 14 years, and you know, so the guys have a good understanding of how we play those situations. We had our hands team out there the time before thinking they might, you know, onside it, but they had 3 timeouts, so he kicked it deep. But just a really good job, you know, by Spec. We got our guys in there that we trust, and you know, we were able to end the game. You know, we got the first down there and let it run all the way down. Call it, you know, it was a minute 30 something, so we could just take a knee at that point.
Dabo, you came into the game really exceptionally healthy for the last 2 years.
Yep.
Any injuries tonight? I saw Maloney went down there.
I'm not sure, other than Maloney. I know XT came out right at the end, was a little sore. That's you know, that's kind of that'll be kind of his story for, you know, the rest of the year, I'm sure, until as he keeps working his way in here. He's just a little sore. But Maloney was down. I don't know. JP came out, but he went back in. He finished, and I think that's it. You know, so I don't know. I don't recall anything else other than Maloney as far as just out.
You mentioned DJ and the efficiency of the offense and how he's been managing things. What's been his key this year compared to last year? Because it just seems like every week is the same performance over and over now. He just keeps rewriting the same script.
Just maturity, you know. He's been through a lot. He's just in a different place mentally. I mean, bottom line, and physically. I mean, he's just such a great kid, and man, he's worked his butt off. He's paid the price. He's done everything he can. He took ownership of everything last year. You know, he's never ever blamed anybody, pointed fingers, made excuses. That's what I have such a respect for him, and just couldn't be happier for a guy. I mean, he's been incredibly consistent 7 games in a row, and you know, this is a kid that everybody's talked bad about, written him off. You're gonna lose the job, you know, first week. Game 3, you know, everybody's got all their prognostications on when he's not the starter anymore, and people love to do that type of. It's embarrassing, really, but that's the world we live in. And you know, and he didn't play great last year, but he competed his butt off with a bad finger and a bad knee, and average around him. So we're just way better around him. That's first and foremost. We've got continuity up front, which he didn't have last year. We got some explosiveness, you know, in our playmakers, which we were limited with last year. We got more, you know. Shipley's not a freshman, and then he's just got some gristle to him, you know. I mean, he's just seasoned, and but he's just really prepared. So, and I think again, he went through a lot off the field too last year, a lot. He's a kid. And then, you know, criticism and all the things. So, but if you're made, as I say all the time, if you're made of the right stuff, all that stuff just shines you up and makes you better. And he is. And so I'm just really proud of him because he deserves it. I mean, the kid he's a very talented football player who, like I said, got off track, and we were not very good around him, and that magnified his mistakes. But I just have great respect for him because he could have hit the sideline last year. My knee's bad, my finger's bad. He could have easily hit the sideline. You boys got that, you know. Man, one of the best competitors we've had, and just he's very conscientious, and I'm proud of him. So I mean, I love that guy, and I'll go to battle with him any day. And so just proud of how he's competed and shown up every week, the same guy ready to go to work.
Number of undefeateds starting to be reduced. Just your thoughts about where you are nationally now at this stage.
I don't know how many undefeateds are out there. What's that?
9.
9. Well, I mean, that's probably about right. You know, usually I would say this time of year there's probably 8 or 10 or something. But, you know, I'm thankful. I think that, I mean, we've beaten some good teams. And again, to go on the road and win is not easy. So I think we're pretty battle tested. And, you know, we just got to keep moving. I mean, nothing carries over to next week. I mean, we got to start over. I mean, I'm proud that I mean, we're where we hope to be, but 7 games doesn't make a season. We got a long way to go. We're trying to win the division. That's really all we're focused on. And you know, for us to do that, we got to find a way to beat Syracuse this week, and you know, that'll be our focus. But excited for the opportunity that we have.
That's pretty nice tribute to the Brzee family
Yeah.
with the signage up front.
I just real class by Florida State. I mean, that just shows a lot of class on their part, and it just shows you that people have, you know, we're all competitors, but you know, that just a lot of respect. You know, we're all people, and I told Mike before the game, it really meant a lot, and I think it just really says a lot about the people of Florida State, the administration, and I mean, that was special. I saw it on, I don't know who sent it to me. Somebody sent it to me maybe Thursday, maybe they were painting it, and I just happened to be going to work out at lunch, and I was walking through the training room, and Brian was in there, and I showed him that, and it was pretty cool, you know. So just I appreciate the Florida State, you know, people, you know, just being so thoughtful, and just real class act on their part for sure.
Yeah, but what did it mean to have Sheridan back, and how did you feel like the cornerbacks overall played going up against the ball today?
Pretty good. We were a little soft on the screen game early, but we tightened that down. But I thought Sherry did a great job. That was, you know, close call on that one, but he competed well. He triggered one time really great on the screen, made a big play for us there. Nate made some big-time plays on the ball. He's really kind of had 3 good games in a row. So we're making some progress right there. Good to get Sherry back. He hadn't played in a while. But brings some experience, you know, veteran leadership.
Coach, why did you think it was going to be a Shipley game? It needed to be a Shipley game.
Well, just because, you know, style of play. And they kind of force you to have to run the ball. If you can't run the ball on those guys, you're going to be in for a long night. You know, they really, I think they were #1 pass defense in the league. You know, coming in. So you know, we they'll give you some run boxes, but they're pretty good. Them big, those dudes are big and strong, and they've had a lot of success in slowing down the run game with light boxes and heavy coverage. So. We just felt like that it was one of those games where, you know, we would have opportunity, but having opportunity and being successful are 2 different things. So huge part, you know, for us to be able. We didn't outrush them because of how the game ended in the 4th quarter, but we were very efficient and did a lot of good things. And I love how we finished on offense. You know, to be able to get that big first down there when you're in a milk the clock situation. To allow us to take the knee, that was big, and just, you know, he made a lot of runs, and he gets better as he goes. Man. He's just a tough cookie, and I thought Maffa brought a great presence tonight too.
Yeah, but can you speak about some of the throws DJ made on 3rd down, in particular that one? I think after they had taken a 14-7 lead, the 3rd and 17 got it.
Yeah, it was a big time play. The back shoulder on the sideline, you know, stopped him with it. You know, we missed the one on the first drive. I mean, he had Davis. We had the great matchup, and he's so used to kind of highballing the ball to him. He was just overshot him a little bit. He really needed to stop him with the ball. We needed that same throw, but he just kind of overshot that one. We couldn't have a better matchup than what we had. So, but other than that, we scored every drive in the first half, and. You know, that was a big throw, the big throw to Zero, you know, the big throw to Davis. You know, last year we had some of those plays where we were open and we didn't always hit them, or we dropped it, right? And so it's good to see us be a little more efficient and opportunistic when those opportunities arise. So he made some big throws. You know, again, 15 of 23. And missed a couple. We missed Davis one time on a little play action over the middle, kind of put it behind him. Our screen game was effective tonight. We had some nice, for those to be effective, you got to be really accurate with the ball. And I thought he was very accurate where he placed the ball, to the backs, especially on some of our screen game.
You spoke about BT and the records. Can you speak to how special having a guy like him on the roster is?
Yeah, so pregame he kicked a 60-yarder, like it wasn't nothing out there, and I was like, and it just happened to be the way that he kicked them in the game, the two he made. So he's pretty confident. I mean, he's a real talented guy, and he's just in such a good place, technically and mentally. He's just got a lot of confidence. I mean, we got a new snapper this year. He's done a great job. Drew's done a great job. We had one high snap today. He's just got a lot of confidence in his battery, and we're thankful for him. I mean, Catanzaro was pretty good around here for a long time, and BT's got a bright future. He's gonna kick for a long time for sure. I mean, he's a weapon.
Coach, the goal line stand in the fourth, that has to say a lot about your guys, because I would think a lot of teams in that situation, 20-point lead in the fourth quarter, wouldn't that show that type of want to?
Yeah, absolutely. And we got a tough call on Sheridan, and ref said he got his arm or something. So that was a tough call. So now you got to reload and to play. They're 4-down territory, and so to go 4 downs in a row right there, that was awesome. It was really, really good. So they did some good things. Again, we just didn't do the little things well and the simple things, late in the game. And again, I think it just a reflection of just kind of losing your focus a little bit.
Any questions for Coach from Zoom? Anybody else?
What's your message to the team after having to have much of a lead and get down to an onside kick at the end? What's kind of your message in the locker room?
Hey, we won. We celebrate. Crank up the music. Let's freaking go. Crank it up. What we playing today, So we'll we celebrate the win. Thankful for the opportunity that we had. Congratulate Florida State. Hey, we got a lot we'll be able to learn from it. But man, as I told them in there, I know some guys are a little disappointed maybe in how they finished the game, but hey, we'll worry about that later. Let's celebrate the win, and we'll get back to work. So enjoy it tonight. Staff will get back tomorrow. Players, hey, we got to keep moving. And so again, it's never as good as it seems, never as bad as it seems. And let's watch the tape. Let's coach it up. I'm proud of them. 7 in a row against these guys. That's never been done in this league ever. And this is one of the greatest programs in the history of football. So I got a lot of respect for Florida State. I've had my butt beat by these dudes a lot of times. So I'm thankful for a 1-point win. I don't care what it would have. If it had been 1, I'd be happy. And we'll move on and get ready for the next one. So proud of them. And I know they'll show back up ready to roll.